According to the article Child Poverty and Adult Success by Caitlin Radcliffe, compared with ever poor children whose parents did not complete high school, children whose parents have more than a high school education are 30% more likely to complete high school compared with children whose parents did not complete high school. So our idea is to continue and increase funding for primary and secondary education gradually to provide high quality education for these children. In this way, high quality education will help alleviate some challenges faced by disadvantaged children. These children from poor families don't have access to good levels of social provision, including education. Consequently, continuing to invest in the education aspect can drive the quality of education for the disadvantaged and bring the disadvantaged closer to an even playing field. It would help schools improve access to counseling and mental health services. Some potential challenges may include raising state income taxes and some people not supporting this plan to raise education funding.
I think this solution is fairly valuable because it's not a reach. Realistically, an increase in funding is not unreasonable. If the right policy is made to actually put this increase of funding or continuation of such into play, it can make a huge difference. Whether or not the solution would be approved by everyone can't be assumed because not everyone has the same views on childhood poverty and how they think it should be solved themselves. I would say that this is a step in the right direction, at the very least. It would be a significant positive change if executed correctly that could start the process of ending childhood poverty altogether. It only takes one step for people to realize that the road to ending this is in fact very possible to accomplish. Having one factor of all the factors that concern childhood poverty to be improved opens up this road to improving all of them, and that's why this solution is fairly valuable.
We decided that we would put on a certification fair, which would be very similar to a career fair. However, it would be held at a high school and it would be primarily kids age 15 to 18 attending. There would be a lot of booths with different types of certifications that can be chosen. The certifications range from lifeguarding and swim instructing all the way to electrician's apprenticeship and plumber's apprenticeships. Teens get to go and pick what types of certifications they're interested in, which means that more teens are willing to show up and do it because they're actually getting a say in how their life goes. All certifications that the teens sign up for would be absolutely free to them so that they are getting the certification and they can go into the workforce a little bit sooner. This certification fair would be beneficial to most people in poverty because, one, it shows teens that there's something they can do to help themselves and their families. They can be self-sufficient and they can be family sufficient. These certifications also tend to be higher paying than other jobs that are open to teenagers, or they tend to get teenagers into higher paying jobs, that is. So these teens will be making more money than they would have been if we hadn't put on the certification fair.
In conclusion, we as a group were able to determine that these targeted increases in educational funding could take teens, young children, out of poverty and increase their future earnings, which will make it less likely that their children enter poverty, which would break the cycle.